"Oh my God, we're in trouble." Those weren't the words of a fan or a hater. That came from Ryan Garcia himself. And it wasn't a joke. It wasn't a punchline. It was a moment. A crack in the mask of a fighter who's spiraling, again, right before the most dangerous fight of his life. 4 weeks now, the internet's been flooded with clips, rants, and erratic live streams that leave even his own supporters questioning what version of Ryan Garcia will step into the ring on May 2nd. This fight with Rolly Romero isn't just about belts or bragging rights. It's about survival. Because if Ryan loses this one, it might be the end, not just of his run at the top, but of the illusion that he's still in control of his own career. Just a year ago, the story felt different. After his loss to Gervonta "Tank" Davis, Garcia seemed to hit rock bottom. But then came the pivot. The comeback narrative. The cleaner look. The calm interviews. No yelling. No sunglasses indoors. He talked business, talked maturity, and fans were buying in. For a minute, it felt like the flashy kid from Instagram had finally grown into the disciplined fighter the sport always hoped he'd become. He was quieter, more composed. Toned and tamed, one trainer called it. And people started to believe. This could be a new chapter. Maybe Ryan was finally taking this seriously. But then, the cracks started showing, again. First, there was the circus surrounding his training camp. 1 week he's back with Eddie Reynoso, the master behind Canelo Alvarez. Then suddenly Reynoso's locked in with Canelo's May 3rd fight. No problem. Ryan bounces to his dad. Then to his brother. Then to Justin Fortune. Then back to Derek James. The same Derek James who was in his corner when he dropped Devin Haney 3 times and shocked the world. But that win, it came with baggage. Because not only did Garcia miss weight by 3 pounds, he also showed up to the weigh-in sipping beer, smirking, and brushing off any sense of professionalism. Sure, he beat Haney. Sure, he landed that signature left hook. But the headlines didn't stop there. A positive drug test hit soon after. The results showed a banned substance linked to masking agents. Garcia swore it was a contaminated supplement, and maybe it was, but the public doesn't forget. Once there's a stain, the boxing world never sees you the same. And just when things couldn't get worse, the WBC, yes, the same body that had previously hyped him up, cut all ties with Ryan after he posted a series of offensive, unfiltered, racially charged live streams. He didn't apologize. He doubled down. Then, he deleted the posts. Then came more erratic tweets. Then Bible verses. Then back to trash talk. This wasn't reinvention, it was whiplash. And it's left everyone around him asking the same question. Who is Ryan Garcia really? Because right now, the people closest to him aren't talking about strategy or game plans. They're whispering to reporters. Saying he's skipping sparring sessions. Showing up late. Prioritizing filming content over throwing punches. One insider said, Ryan spends more time staring at his phone than at the bags. That's devastating. Especially when you're a fighter trying to reclaim the respect of a sport that already moved on once before. And across the ring, Rolly Romero is watching it all unfold with a grin. He's not fooled by the designer shades or influencer buzz. Rolly's trainer Cromwell Bullet Gordon has flat out said Garcia is undisciplined, chinless, and about to get exposed. This ain't a model competition, he said. This is boxing. And Ryan ain't built for it. Rolly himself has thrown jabs too, calling Ryan soft, saying he hits like a YouTuber, not a fighter. And whether you like Rolly or not, his camp is united. Their message is clear. They think Garcia's all hype and no heart. But then, in the middle of all this chaos, a surprising voice speaks up, Shakur Stevenson. A technician. A defensive genius. A guy who doesn't hand out compliments unless he means it. And what does Shakur say? Ryan is a better boxer. I can see a knockout. Not a decision. Not a lucky shot. A KO. Coming from a former Olympian and one of the smartest minds in the game, that means something. Shakur isn't reading headlines. He's watching tape. He's seeing what a lot of people are missing. That Ryan still has freakish speed. Real timing. Dangerous power. The tools are still there. What's missing? Focus. Structure. Control. But if Garcia brings even 80% of his talent into that ring, Stevenson thinks Raleigh won't last. That's what makes this fight so terrifying. Because on paper, it's a solid matchup. But emotionally, mentally, this thing is a minefield. Garcia isn't just fighting Raleigh Romero. He's fighting himself, his habits, his demons, his distractions. And then, there's the location. This isn't happening in Las Vegas. Not at MSG. Not even in a typical arena. No. This fight's going down in the middle of Times Square. But it's not open to the public. It's invite only. 300 guests. No roar of the crowd. No fans screaming from the nosebleeds. Just cameras, influencers, and luxury sponsors sipping cocktails behind velvet ropes. This isn't boxing. This is the Met Gala with gloves. And that's not an accident. Garcia's team is making a statement. They're stripping the chaos of the crowd, controlling the environment, curating the optics. This is branding over brawling. And if you think that sounds strategic, you're right. But it's also risky. Because in a fight, sometimes the noise helps. Sometimes you need the roar to drown out your own doubts. And in that echoless arena, if Garcia starts second-guessing, if he hesitates for even a second, Raleigh will make him pay. People forget, boxing isn't just punches. It's pressure. It's presence. And if Garcia walks into that ring distracted, disconnected, or trying to play a character instead of just being a fighter, he might not walk out the same. Remember, Ryan was once the golden boy. Lightning-fast hands. Knockout power. $1 million smile. He had it all. After his win over Luke Campbell, he was supposed to be the next big thing. He got knocked down, got back up, and delivered a body shot so vicious it sent chills across the division. That night, the hype felt real. But what came after? Mental health breaks. Vanishing acts. Trainer switches. Excuses. That wasn't evolution, it was retreat. Now he says he's changed. Says he's matured. And maybe he has. But change isn't about words. It's about repetition. Routine. Stability. Right now, nothing around Garcia looks stable. Even Derek James, a respected trainer, sounds tired. He's supposed to be hyping up this fight. But instead, he's talking about Garcia being on vacation during camp. That's not promotion. That's preemptive defense. That's, don't blame me if this goes sideways, energy. And in boxing, that's deadly. Meanwhile, Raleigh? He's locked in. He's training like this is his one shot to prove he's more than a meme. Say what you want about him, but he's not playing games. He wants to win. Bad. And if Garcia walks in with even a sliver of doubt, that might be all Raleigh needs. There's a reason people are calling this a make-or-break fight. If Garcia wins, he gets to say he overcame everything, scandals, chaos, mental hurdles, and still came out on top. That narrative could launch him into superstardom. Hollywood deals. Major endorsements. Maybe even another title shot. But if he loses, the internet won't be kind. They won't say he tried. They'll say he's finished. A fraud. The influencer who played at being a boxer. And the scariest part? The most dangerous opponent Ryan has ever faced is Ryan himself. When you're chasing fame, fighting becomes a side hustle. And boxing, it doesn't forgive that. Not even once. It doesn't care how many followers you have. How many viral clips you drop. When that bell rings, there are no filters. No edits. No second takes. It's just pain. Raw. Unfiltered. Real. So now the countdown is on. Garcia versus Romero. In Times Square. In front of 300 VIPs and millions watching online. No room for excuses. No time for chaos. Will Ryan prove he's more than a headline? Or will he be remembered as the fighter who had it all and lost it to his own reflection? Drop your predictions in the comments. Is Ryan Garcia back, or is he just breaking down in public?